I'm Kellie Hill, Superior Court Judge here in Cobb County, Georgia. So I grew up in New Jersey, which means I'm a Georgian by choice. My mom would always say, listen, shoot for the stars, and if you miss, you might get the moon. And again, it's just something that has stuck with me throughout my life, and I've tried to live my life being the best Kellie that I can be. Interesting. As a young girl, I had a few career choices which clearly were not going to be my path. I wanted to be a flight attendant. I wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon until I had chemistry in high school and realized that that was not going to work. But my mom worked in physical therapy in our hospital in New Jersey, and one of the orthopedic doctors that she knew was married to a woman who ended up being our first African-American Superior Court judge in Jersey City, New Jersey. And I had the pleasure and the honor of meeting her. And when I met her, I remember thinking, that's what I want to do. And it was from that point on, I was in 7th grade, that I thought I wanted to be a judge. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but that was sort of a lifetime goal that I had. I sat and passed the bar, at which time they offered me a spot as an associate attorney. It was a small personal injury practice in East Atlanta. It was a Black-owned firm. And one of the partners, who has been a mentor of mine throughout my career, told me that he thought I needed to be a litigator. I will tell you that that was not in my plan. I knew I wanted to be a judge. I knew I wanted to be in the courtroom as a judge. I never wanted to be in the courtroom as an attorney. I thought that I was going to be a jet-setting, high-powered closer. I was going to seal the deal, travel the world, and be a corporate attorney. But the 3-year commitment then turned to getting an offer from our Fulton County district attorney. At the time was Louis Slayton. Mr. Slayton called me in DeKalb and offered me a job coming to do felony work in Fulton County. So of course, at that time I said, well, I'll just go for a short time and I'll learn how to try felonies. I've kind of mastered the misdemeanor world. Let me go try a few felonies, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to be a jet-setting attorney. And I went to Fulton County in 1995 as an assistant district attorney. And I got to work under some of the most experienced and awesome trial attorneys, probably in the state. Paul Howard became the district attorney, and Paul Howard elevated me to trying some of the office's most complex and difficult cases as a prosecutor. And as a result, I got to try cases against opposing counsel that obviously were well respected, very experienced defense attorneys, which made me a better lawyer. I was asked over and over again, well, when did you move to Cobb County? We don't know you. We thought you were an Atlanta lawyer. And my response was, about 25 years ago. And while you don't know me, you do know my work. Let me tell you some of the things that I've done. So it was a great, great foundation for me to build upon when I made the decision to run for a Superior Court. I won that race by winning every single precinct here in Cobb County. I'm proud of that fact. And I have worked and served the people here in this role since winning that election in June of 2020. I was sworn in January of 2021, so I'm now finishing up my first term. I will be up for re-election in May of this year, and I am hoping to be able to continue my work here in Superior Court and serving the citizens of Cobb County in this capacity. So that's the journey. That's how I made it here. And it certainly was not what I planned to do, but it was certainly my calling. This absolutely is my calling. I am living out my purpose in life. I am who I am because others tapped into me. I am who I am because my parents made me believe that I could do anything I wanted to do in life if I worked hard enough. It made me realize that it takes others, it takes a village to make and create people who can be an asset to our world and to our society. And while I am a judge in Superior Court, and part of my responsibility is making sure that I keep this community safe, which I do every day. When it is warranted, I will sentence to the max. However, I also believe that's not my only role. That is not my only responsibility. I have an obligation, I believe, to serve as a mentor, to be a role model, to show others that they can be what they see. And if I am the person that they see, I want them to know that they also can do something that they aspire to do in life. And that these young people who come before me charged with felony offenses, however, if they are nonviolent offenses, and these individuals have not been in the judicial system before, this is their first contact with the judicial system, and they have not done anything violent, they've not harmed another person, then they might be considered as a participant in this program. And what this program is, it's a way to hold them accountable. They have been charged with felony offenses. I hold them accountable by having them stay with me for a period of 1 year. And I tell them from the beginning that participating in this program is probably tougher than it will ever be if they were put on a probated sentence and given probation. And I say that because I do hold them accountable. They meet with me once a month. They come here to court. It's an in-court experience. They have assignments, reading assignments, books, not paragraphs, but books. And they have to turn in a 2-page typewritten essay on the topic, which is usually some character trait that I expect for them to learn. And we discuss it in our in-person meetings. I also have community members come in and they actually talk to them. They talk to them about different topics. We just started our 3rd cohort. So I'm in my 3rd year here in Superior Court, and I've graduated 2 prior classes, and this is my 3rd class. And last Friday was their first session for this year. And they had a speaker come in and speak to them about overcoming obstacles. That is something that I want for them to leave Pinnacle with. To know that they are not defined by this worst mistake that they have made in their lives up to this point. That they can overcome this, that this is a roadblock, yes it is, and they have to get over it, but it does not have to define who they are for the rest of their lives. And so as they matriculate through this program, they learn emotional intelligence. They learn how to identify feelings that they are going through. They learn anger management. We have therapists come in and speak to them about that. They learn how to set SMART goals, attainable goals. They learn about leadership, different types of leadership. They hear from chiefs of police who come in and say, hey, when we pull you over, this is what we expect. This is how you live to tell the story about what happened on the side of the road. The community has been very excited about the program, and every time I speak with a community group about what we're doing here, I get people who contact me either after I speak or after I've returned back to the office. I'll get an email with people wanting to know more about it, people wanting to volunteer their time. So we've gotten great community feedback. One of our community partners is Humana Healthcare, and Humana has been a great corporate sponsor with this program. Our participants get professional headshots. And those headshots are sponsored by Humana. They have a professional photographer come in. We visit their corporate office, which quite frankly is the first time many of them have ever been in a corporate environment. And they take photographs. Humana supplies the photographs for us and we get them blown up. And at graduation, those photographs are displayed on easels throughout the courtroom. And I put them up because I want those young men and those young women to see themselves, not in the mugshot that they took when they were arrested, but in that professional headshot. And I tell them, you've gone from a mugshot to a headshot. Maintain it. This is who you are. This is who you can be. We have come so far in America, but we have such a long way to go. And being a Superior Court judge is a lifetime dream of mine. But even in this role and in this capacity, being a Black woman in America, I still have my challenges. I still have my naysayers. And despite all of that, I'm going to continue to do what it is I believe I'm supposed to do and fulfill not just my dreams, but help others fulfill theirs.